Do you want to tell everybody that you were meowing at me as soon as I got up? Yeah. Just to go aside? You're quiet now. Yep, as soon as I woke up, she started to meow at me. And probably a few cuss words, maybe, you know. But, you know, it's like, girl, you know the drill. I have to brew my cup of coffee and pour my cup of coffee first. Then we'll head outside, okay? Yeah, like, you only have to wait around 5 minutes, but that's probably 5 minutes too long. Yeah, but yeah, she's happy. She's by the cherry bush right now. But yeah, if you're having a cup of coffee or tea, cheers. Here's to a wonderful Sunday. Happy Sunday. It's a little bit cooler of a Sunday today. Oh, yeah. But it's nice. It's not too cold. There's a nice breeze. That's nice. It's just nice. It's refreshing because we've had a couple of days where it was too hot. It was 90 degrees and it's like, yeah, no, I'm done. Like, I'm out. That's just too hot. Like the perfect weather for me is like 75 degrees, like right there, you know. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect, yeah. As soon as it creeps up into the 80s and keeps going, it's like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'll be inside the house with the fan on, you know, yeah. Yeah. So last night, I didn't make the wraps for dinner. I made a short because I was done filming for the day, so I made a short. I will upload it today, so by the time you see this, by the time you watch this, it will be uploaded, so go check it out. Barbecued the chicken breast, just slapped some barbecue sauce on there, and I finished them up because the hubby had to go inside to help the boys with the Nintendo Switch. They want the not the Nintendo Switch, the Wii. There's too many game consoles. I can't keep track of them all. The Wii, Henry wanted it switched to the other TV, so he had to do that. And it was kind of hard because the way the TV is attached to the stand, you had to take the TV apart from the stand to get the cords plugged in at the back. So I finished up the chicken. I just find, like, I could do chicken breasts, like that's easy. As other stuff where if it takes longer, you know, I don't want to do it. You know, I don't. Yeah, so, and then I just, yeah, I brought them inside and sliced them up, and we had our wraps, and I made a pasta salad, I made a macaroni salad, and I did about probably like a 3/4 cup of mayo, a couple tablespoons of honey mustard, and you could use any mustard, you could use regular yellow mustard, but we just always, we love honey mustard, so we use that a lot. The only time I use yellow mustard, I think, is once in a while on a hot dog. Casey will have yellow mustard on his hot dogs. Like, we don't go through yellow mustard that fast. But honey mustard, we go through really fast, yeah. The bottles are small. They don't make them big. They need to. Yeah. Yeah. And I did go back to No Frills. They had more cucumbers, so I grabbed a cucumber, sliced it, peeled it, diced it up, all that. And yeah, so when also the dressing, the dressing was the mayo and the honey mustard, and then a little bit, probably like a teaspoon of vinegar, and that was it. Mix it. I'll do that for potato salad too, and it's really good. Mix it all together, and then you just put your cucumbers in. Now you can also add your cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, but we kind of ate all those, so I'll have to buy more next weekend. So I know, like, they were so good, and we haven't had them in a long time. Yeah, and then everybody else, except for Henry. When I say everybody else, just, you know, that means except for Henry, because it's, yeah, usually not Henry, because he's the picky one. So yeah, we ate the whole container, like, in no time, like, they were good. But yeah, you could add tomatoes to it, so, but we did have cucumbers in it, and it was really good. It was so good that Casey had, like, 2 bowls of it, like, and the wrap was good. You know, I had And I just needed a tomato. That was the only thing missing, was a tomato. But I didn't want to pay $1.99 a pound. They were on sale last week. This week they were not on sale. Like $2 a pound. It's crazy. And they weren't that big. You know, not really worth the $1.99 a pound. So, yeah, so that was the only thing missing, but it was still good. I had like mayo, honey mustard, put ranch on top of the chicken and lettuce, and it was like, so good. And we have enough for lunch, so I'm having one for lunch. So, yeah, I want one now. Like, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a wrap season. You know, put some lunch meat. And you could do so much with a wrap. You know, lunch meat or like egg salad. I see you. Peekaboo. Yeah, you know, chicken breast, you know, you can do like a chicken Caesar salad, something like that, you know, and you can put coleslaw on there. It's like there's so much you can do with it. So, yeah. What are you doing? Huh? You enjoying the breeze? Blow through your fur? Yeah. Yeah, but I will upload the short. I just didn't get that far because it's like, oh, yeah, sometimes the shorts don't get uploaded right away because, yeah, life gets busy. Yeah, and I did do my laundry yesterday. I didn't fold it. Did not fold it. I didn't get that far, but I did wash it. The only thing I have to wash are the big squishmallows, yeah. I'll do those one at a time. Yeah. And that would be it for washing. Oh, but yeah. And I watched one more episode of the Duggar documentary before. Yeah, I didn't get to watch both of them, but it was right before bed. It was like probably like 10:30. I was watching it, and they're about like 45 or so minutes long. And it's like, oh, should I? You know, should I? Oh, why not? You know. Yeah, and I wish I, you know, could have watched the last one, but I'll watch that one tonight. It's yeah, it's an eye opener for sure, and I didn't get to film like a separate clip like I talked about in yesterday's vlog. Like we just got too busy and I was cleaning the house. And it's just like it's mind-boggling. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. This poor woman. If you're a woman in that cult, you get treated like a pile of dirt. You do. Like, you're only good for one thing: making those babies, popping them out one after another. Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I watched it, and like the first episode, talking about good old Josh, Joshy boy, garbage. Who is behind bars? Where he belongs. But you know what? Jim Bob, his father, should be there right with him. And you know what? Jim Bob is a devil in disguise. Devil in disguise. Oh, I do not like him. Oh my gosh. Oh. Knowing how much power and control that one man has, it's very scary. And it just makes you really like, oh yeah, like you just to the point where you can't stand him. Like, you know, oh, like you disgust me. You know, I don't want to look at you. Kind of feeling. Yeah. Yeah, and like Josh, okay, before he started to, you know, court Anna, he was courting a good family friend. They were friends with the Holt family. I guess Jim Bob and the dad grew up together, so they were best friends. And like Josh started to court his oldest daughter, and had, you know, intentions to, like, you know, like, okay, to marry her, right, go that far. And Jim Bob and Michelle, you know, told the father, like, oh, you know, about Josh's what he's done, right? And if you know, he got touchy-feely with, you know, his sisters, right? And You know what? And they probably think, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they probably do. They probably do. They probably do think that. You know, and it's like, oh gosh, like it's just so messed up, messed up. The trauma those poor girls had to deal with, and maybe are still dealing with, is awful. Yeah, and that they weren't going to tell this girl. I forget her name. But they weren't going to tell her until after the wedding. Like, what? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? There's so much wrong with that. You weren't going to tell her about his ugly past, that he committed a serious crime. You weren't going to say anything. You were going to keep that hush-hush until after they were married? Oh, heck no. So the dad, and this is how a dad should step up and protect his daughter, which, by the way, Jim Bob could take notes, because he did the opposite. He didn't protect his daughters at all. He protected his stinking, no good, scum-faced son, you know, let's put it nicely. But he stepped in, the father, and, you know, broke up the courtship. So, oh my God, because you dodged a bullet. But poor Anna, you know, poor Anna is going to be, she's going to stand by him until her death, because that's how they are taught. That's what they're taught. They're taught that, oh, listen to the guy, you know, he's the authority figure, you know, listen to him. She's brainwashed. They're all brainwashed. Brainwashed pretty bad. You know, listen to him, and yeah, that's what they're taught. Yep. Oh, but it's just like, are you kidding me? And the second episode, and I said that that's when it started to get really, really disgusting, and I got so mad. I yelled at the TV. Okay, I yelled at the TV because they're talking about discipline. And they're showing spanking demonstrations. There were a couple of guys, I think there was like one training seminar, and he did a spanking demonstration. And I'm not sure if it was one of the Duggar kids, it kind of looked like it. One of the younger boys, and showing a spanking demonstration. I'm like, oh my gosh. But then there was this other guy doing the same thing, but he didn't have a real kid. He had like a stuffed kid. Do not play Winnie the Pooh. You're not going behind the stuff in the house. Hey, don't you think about it. We're not playing Winnie the Pooh. Okay? Because she has gotten herself stuck. Like, not stuck, but what if she went any farther? Yeah. Yeah, and they did this stuff boy, okay, he was plush, but he was the shape of he was probably as big as a child, and the guy had a rod, and he was showing ways, like, hey, how to discipline. I yelled at my TV, and then this guy had a beard, and it's like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I said, the only guy that I like with a beard is Jesus. I know. It doesn't matter that he had a beard, but it was just, you know, he had a beard. It was like a long beard, and he gave off bad vibes. Like, the whole, you know, like it's part of the, what is it? IBLP Institute in Basic Life Principles. So that's their cult. So, yeah. Okay, now you're going over here? Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, and I yelled, I cussed at my TV, because it was just like, you know, son of a, you know, because yeah, I was one that grew up in that generation, you know, you got spanked, and, you know, but the thing is, today's a different world. That is considered abuse, and it is abuse, and how can you do that? And then say to your kid, oh, don't hit, you know, don't hit. Well, then you're a hypocrite because you're hitting him, like, you know, like, and then, like, Amy, the cousin, she was like, because I asked her, oh, did you ever see your cousins get, you know, disciplined? she said, yeah, and they would say, oh, do you need some encouragement? And then they would get taken into a room and get the encouragement. Oh my gosh. And then Michelle, she would do blanket training. This really ticked me off too. With a 6-month-old, and they would purposely leave a toy just out of the baby's reach. And then if the baby tried to reach for it, they would slap the baby's hand. And it's like, oh my, oh, like, you know why? Because a baby has rebellious spirit. The baby doesn't have rebellious spirit. The baby is curious, you dimwit. Like, how, like, like, think, like, oh, I just, you know, it just, as you can tell, it ticks me off, you know? And a baby is curious at that age. A baby is exploring. Everything is new to them. Touch, feel, texture. They are exploring. They don't have a rebellious spirit. They're not rebellious at all. I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just unbelievable. Yeah. And then, like, there were, like, other people. There's so much I could talk about, but I'll try to keep it, you know, at a certain point. But they had ex members talking, and one person, like, you weren't allowed to watch anything, you weren't allowed to listen to music. Barbie was a hussy, according to them. Barbie is a hussy. I'm sorry, Barbie. My Barbie wasn't a hussy. My Barbie went to balls, you know. And, yeah, I don't know what Barbie they were talking about, but and the creator of the Cabbage Patch doll is a warlock. I'm like, last time I checked, a warlock does witchcraft, not toy making. But okay, like, what the heck kind of drug are you on? You know, like, so ridiculous. I don't know. And there was one girl who, like, you know, got rid of, because there's a lot of don'ts, like, you know, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, you know, there's a lot of don'ts. And one girl got rid of her Amy Grant CDs, and I was like, you got rid of your Amy Grant CDs? Who does that? Because I grew up, you know, we listened to Amy Grant, DC Talk, Newsboys, Michael W. Smith. Those were like the Christian bands that we listened to, and so many more. And it's like, who would get rid of Amy Grant? Like, no, I would still listen to Amy Grant. I still like her, you know. Like, oh my gosh, like, because you weren't allowed to, you know, have a life. And you know what? Like, when you watch them, it all makes sense, because like they're not really allowed to be 100% themselves. It's like their soul is pretty much sucked out of them. That's what it is, you know, because they're so, like, you know, quiet. And well, if they're not quiet, and plus, excuse me, they use fear as a tactic also. And they and like a lot of kids, like, were scared, because like, well, if I do something wrong, I'm going to get the consequence, you know, like, you know, I'm going to have to pay for it. And at one training camp, this one girl, she wore heels. And like, and they weren't even like high heels. They were pretty much probably close to flats. And her team leader didn't like it. Okay, they were probably like this. So, you know, she said they were small, like they weren't hot. They weren't, you know, you're not going over there. And if they thought that you needed to go into a room and pray, they would leave you in there. And she went in there just because of that stupid, ridiculous reason. And she was in there for 4 days, and there's nothing in the room but a Bible. I'm like, oh my god, that's what I mean. Like, yesterday I said that this cult makes Scientology look good, you know, and I never thought anything would make Scientology look good, but, you know, here we are. And in yesterday's episode, when they were doing counting on Jill and Jessa counting on, guess who did the negotiations and the meetings? The hubby had to talk to me, and Lois just went back inside. Yeah, guess who did went to the meetings and the negotiations? Not Jill or Jessa. Jim Bobby. That sneaky son of a you-know-what. I'm like, this show has nothing to do with you, but he had his hands in it. Oh my gosh, and guess who got all the money? Like over 80 whatever K. Jim Bobby. And guess who never saw a cent and had to fight for it? Jill. Ain't that awful? Like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, like, that's what I don't like. Too much control. Too much control. Like, honestly, he needs to get knocked down a few pegs, okay? Just knock him down. Knock him down on his butt. Like, I'm tired of this guy. Like, those poor girls went through. This is just gonna be a chit-chatty vlog, so, but, yeah, and I'm sorry, but if I was involved in a show and my name was in the title, I would be going to the meetings and negotiations, not my father. Like, that's just no. And like, right before Jill's wedding, he had him sign a contract. He was very sneaky about this too. And he had an encounter, and I don't really think she looked it over. And it wasn't just her; it was her other siblings too. And you know, she probably didn't read it. The day before her wedding, would you read a contract if you were getting married the next day? No, because you don't have time. You would just sign your soul to the devil, and I think she pretty much did. Because when they had her first son, she was pregnant, and she had to go to the hospital, and I forget her first son's name, but yeah, they had to go to the hospital, and they were like, oh hey, they talked to TLC, oh hey, can we, like, you know, have some money. Oh, by the way, they didn't want to film. Because they saw what Anna went through when she had her first daughter, and you know, they didn't want to do that, and I wouldn't want to do that either on national TV. So that's why they didn't want to film it, you know. But did they have a choice? Absolutely not. So they gave them their own cameras to do like diary cam, and it's like, oh great, because they're not doing anything else. Like, where do you expect them to take clips? In between contractions? Oh, like, oh my gosh. Like, oh, it's just sickening. And so, you know, yeah, they did. And then when they went to El Salvador, Jill and Derek, and the TV crew would go back and forth, okay, to film, okay? And then one time, they needed Jill and Derek to come back, and they knew that they were there for at least 10 months. They were on a missionary trip, and she put her foot down and she said no, and then Jim Bob was like, well, you kind of have to because you signed a contract, the one that she signed before her wedding. And she looked at it and she was like, oh no, somebody had to forge it, but it was her signature. And they're scared because it's like, well, what if we don't show up? Like, are we going to get arrested at the border, or like, you know, not the border, at the airport, you know? Like, awful. And then Jim Bob decided to give like the older children a lump sum of that money. And at first you're like, oh good. But then I'm like thinking, no, he has an agenda. He has something up his sleeve, because he's not going to part with that money, and they could only get it if they signed another contract. Evil, like evil SOB. And it's wrong that the older kids, you know, did not, because how long was she, I think it was 7 years, she said, of her adulthood on that show, and the one before it got canceled, you know, and she didn't receive a dime, and that's wrong. So you're pretty much working for free, and your dad is raking in the benefits and laughing all the way to the back. And bank. But it's so wrong. Yeah. Oh, like, yeah, I follow Jill and Derek on social media. A lot of the other ones are quiet. Ginger is quiet. I'm hoping Jill has stepped aside, you know, because, yeah. But like I said, if you're a woman, you don't have a choice. You don't have a voice. You're expected to follow your husband's authority and do whatever he says. Excuse me. And when Josh, like they try to keep this a secret, and it's like, who are you trying to fool? Because secrets do come out. They do come out. The truth will be told, and I'm glad it's being told, and I'm glad that it's out there, because this sheds a light on the abuse. Oh my gosh, and the abuse that went on in that place, the training camps, the girls that got abused, sickening. Like, the guys just, would walk into their bedrooms at night, and the girls didn't know what to do because they were never told what to do, And of course, they'd probably be too scared to tell anybody. So, like, how many have been unreported, And the head leader, Bill, I forget the last name, Bill Gothard. He's just as bad. He abused young girls too. Like, shut them all down. And they have like training facilities all over, like these buildings all over. It's like, shut them down. Shut them down. Like, it's awful. It's eye-opening, but it's all awful. Yeah. But Derek is a lawyer now, so Jill has her lawyer husband. Yeah. No, I think Ginger was the first one that started to wear pants and started to, like, cut her hair and dye her hair, and I was like, you go, girl, Yeah, and then Jill started to do the same thing. It's like, yeah, like, break free, And I love that Jill has Derek. I know a lot of people don't like Derek because what he's done in the past, but I like him. He's been there for her. Oh my gosh, the crap they have to put up with. Yeah, there was this one TikToker he brought up in the past about that, what he tweeted a long time ago, and it's like, we all say things that we wish we didn't, that we regret, it happens, so, but, we can, forgive, and just hope that they, do better, that's all, do better, so, I don't know, but it's just, I have to watch one more episode, so, yeah. Now I know Jill still sees her older sisters and mother, but not at the house. They're usually out somewhere when there's a picture taken. Yeah, but I would want nothing to do with, cut them out, like, especially the dad. Oh my gosh, he's the worst. And it's just what they believe in. Like, you think you're pleasing God? You're not. You're not. You're probably really upsetting him, especially with the abuse. Like, it's just awful. It's sickening. Like, they oh, you can't watch this, you can't listen to this, and oh, you can't read this, and they burned Disney stuff. And it's like, how dare you? You burned Disney books in that. You should go to jail just for that. But, it's like, there's stuff that we shouldn't read or listen to or watch, but you know what? God gave us the freedom of will, which means we get to decide what's wrong and what's right, what to watch, what to listen to, and, it's up to each individual person. You can't just tell a person, nope, you can't do this, nope, like, it's just a bunch of poppycock. That's what it is, poppycock, yeah, poppycock, that's what it is, yeah. Anyways, my coffee is running empty. I'm going to fill it up. So yeah, this might be a chit-chatty, but I think I had to talk about it because it's just too good not to talk about it. And, I grew up watching the Duggars when they had their specials and then they had their show. And as like anybody else, I was curious, because this was something we've never seen. 20 kids. And she should have stopped when she had Josie, because Josie was, how premature? 3 months or 3 weeks? I don't know. I can't remember, but she was premature. Was it 3 weeks? Maybe. Yeah, but she was premature, and then when she got pregnant again, and that one didn't have a heartbeat, it's like, you know what? But she had a hard time with Josie, and to me, that is when you should listen to your body. Okay, you've had enough kids. You are not populating the earth, okay? The earth is well populated, so it's not your job to do that. And your last labor, she did have a problem with her blood pressure. And Josie was quite a few weeks premature. She is thriving now. I think she's a teenager now. And I'm hoping she's going to be a wild one. I'm hoping she'll be a free spirit. Stir the pot up in that family, Josie. Do it. Do it. I don't know. And, you know, that should have been, oh, yeah, you know, this is it, we should stop, you know. And then they did, because the next baby didn't have a heartbeat, unfortunately. So, but, yeah, it's just messed up. Messed up family. Messed up cult. Oh my gosh, they're all messed up. No Jehovah's Witnesses today, so it's still early. That was just a warm up, you know. I was a little bit rusty yesterday, but you know what? I was on my phone. Like my phone was right in front of my face. I was filming, and she had to have seen that. You know, she didn't know I was filming. Like I could be FaceTiming. I don't like FaceTiming. FaceTiming, Skype, I don't like FaceTiming. Oh no, it makes me uncomfortable. I avoid it at all costs. Yeah, but I'll say hi in the background. I'll say hi in the background, but I will not be face to face. You know, it's just I don't know. It's just weird, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it, because it's like, yeah, I don't know, hard to explain. I just, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I get awkward, you know. But yeah, but she still made eye contact with me, and yeah, anyway, she was trying to leave me a pamphlet. I'm like, no, I'm good. You know, like I might just rip it up anyways. Yeah. Alright, well, this vlog might be a little bit super long because I was talking about the Duggars, but I had to spill the coffee. Not really, but you know, I would say spill a tea, but I don't drink tea, so spill the coffee, but we don't want to spill coffee because that's a crime. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the one older brother, I think Jed, doesn't believe Jill, and it's like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm like, how can you not believe Jill? Like, I know. I wanted to give Jill a hug. She was tearing up. I wanted to give her a hug. And I'm glad she's leaning on God, you know, that she didn't turn away from God. That, you know, she's still leaning on Him, and He'll get her through this, but it's just, it's awful. She had to go through this. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go outside. But yeah, this might be it for today's video. Oh, I gotta get more coffee. Somebody drank it all. How rude. Alright, got my second cup of coffee, and also a bagel egg sandwich with some strawberries and sugar. But there's one missing though. Yeah, I kind of walked away. Yeah, I have a big mouse in the house. Ew. Big Papa. Dealing with this mess. So we're taking advantage of the beautiful weather and getting these weeds evicted. But I need my gloves. So I'm gonna help out. Okay, I have to grab the nice pair of gloves. I think the hubby has my gloves. Oh, they're in the house. Yeah. I wasn't sure if we were going to get out here today and pull the weeds, because we're also going through our stock for like the stuff that we resell, and deciding if we're going to like give some stuff to Valley Village, and we already have a bag full, so we will be going to Valley Village in the near future, and Goodwill. I'm gonna close shop at Goodwill. Yeah, so like we're in the middle of doing that, and there we go. Ta-da! And as you can see, it's all right here. Just going through stuff that we've had for at least 2 years and deciding if it's worth to keep or donate. And yeah, I don't know if we got, but the weather's so nice. Gotta take advantage of it. Evict those weeds and tell him to take a hike. Yeah. So I'm going to help out, although he's got a great head start. So, I know. Maybe I should just continue taking my time. I'll just mosey on down to the front, Yeah, we'll get there. Oh my goodness. Oh, and look at these ones. They're blooming. Look how pretty. That's so pretty. Oh, look at all that. Where the heck are these weeds coming from? Man. They've taken over. Man, they just multiplied like rabbits. It's crazy. I need a shovel for that one. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh, you're stubborn, aren't you? I have to get the big shovel. Alright, I need a big shovel. We got evicted. Got the big guns. And who is that at the window? Casey or Henry? Probably Casey. Whew. Oh my goodness. It's crazy how they take over. Yeah. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Aren't these pretty? Look at them. Oh, they're so pretty. Alright, that looks better. Whew. Good workout. That's a weed too, I think. Yeah. Good enough. I don't get every single one, but the majority of them get evicted. All done with the weeding. I just finished up with Taco's little memorial garden, our hamster. And this area wasn't too bad, never really is. But every time I water the marigolds, I'm also watering the weeds, even though I don't mean to. But yeah, that's all done. I have nothing in here. I'm going to see if I can find something, some flowers, maybe some annuals to put in there. But right now it's just bare. I did have the tomato plants in them, but then I moved them into buckets because of the squirrels. And over here some weeds got pulled. This side of the side garden is more untamed, and not sure what I'm doing with it 100% yet. This was a blueberry tree bush, but I think we picked the wrong one. It didn't really produce any blueberries. It did, but not really well. And I know with fruit trees, it could take like up to 4 or 5 years for them to produce fruit. And this one never really did produce fruit or like grow any bigger. And as you can see, it's like mostly dead, so we have to like dig it out. But yeah, I would like to get another one, but pick the right one. But our cherry bush has tripled, quadrupled in size and should produce a lot more this year. Cherries. The cherries are the one fruit, and these are a little bit on the sour side, that squirrels don't like. They don't pick from them. I don't really think the birds pick from them, because we got quite a few last year. So I'm hoping we get a lot more. They're just starting because they're still on the small side, but I can't wait. Yeah, so this is a little bit untamed, and that's okay. Maybe next year I'll know what I'll do with it. And then like over here is our tomato plants thriving. This one has definitely gotten taller. It's growing, going to be as big as its big cousin here. And yeah, the Priscilla and Cornelius, yes, garden the miniature rose bushes. The squirrels do attack the buds though, as you can see. The evidence, follow the evidence, look at that. Yeah, so I am going to get that spice and sprinkle it around there. because I would like a bud or two, cut them off and put in the house, but the squirrels always beat me to it. Yeah, it's like mommy had a baby and her head popped off. They did the same with this one and that one. Yeah, naughty squirrels. Yeah, so that's what I have over here. Now next year I do want to get 2 more miniature rose bushes to put right here. So like Priscilla and Cornelius, they're just right there temporary. They'll still be here next year, but I'll just probably like put one over here and one where Priscilla is right now. Yeah, that looks good. And not every weed, like I said, gets pulled, but as long as it looks better than what it did before, I'm good with that. And this one looks a lot better. I mean, it still looks like there's weeds, but it's better. I mean, they were like out of control. I don't know what plant that is, but it grows like crazy. So black eye Susans haven't bloomed yet. I still need to split those up and put them at the other end. But yeah, these ones have bloomed. I noticed that when I first came out, I was like, oh, look at, there's pink, a pop of pink. Beautiful. This is my new plant that I got this year. Pink fancy lilac, so very pretty, and I love lilacs. I wish we had room for a lilac bush. Yeah, but everybody's doing good. This is my other new one. Hasn't bloomed yet, starting to. Yep, garden starfire, tall garden phlox starfire. Yeah. This one only blooms in the spring. It's a white flower, and then that's it. And then my daisy's over there. I'm waiting for that to start to bloom. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I just have to divide up the black eye Susans, but I don't want to do that right now because it's very hard to dig in the front. I guess lunch is ready, so chicken wrap. And then I have to wrap up. Speaking of wraps, I gotta wrap up this vlog because it's long enough. But yeah, I guess the front is very hard to dig. That one weed, there was a picker. I couldn't get up with a small shovel, and I still couldn't get up with a big shovel because there was like rocks there, and the hubby had to use his force. And the force was with him because he has the strength, and he dug it out. So it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's why it's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't feel like digging a hole just to do the black eye Susans. So, and if I don't get to it, I don't get to it. It's always next year, you know, we're good. But yeah, but that's enough for today. That's it. And the weather was perfect, like I said. Want to take advantage of it. So I'm gonna get lunch, and yeah, we're all good out here. So, isn't that nice? Oh my gosh. If the rest of the summer could be like this, weather-wise, I'll be one happy person. So here's what the wrap looks like. I am still going to post the short, and I'll post it on my Instagram stories. I'll do that hopefully after lunch. But yeah, chicken, you know, I have mayo and honey mustard on the bottom, and then the chicken and the ranch and cheese and lettuce. All it's missing is a tomato, but that's okay, next time. Bon appetit. That's good. The boys are playing their video games. And there's no pasta left. Casey took care of that. We're making more for tonight because I cut the chicken breast in half. And like that, they were chunky. They were chunky, and I love that because I could get 2 meals out of them. Cut them in half lengthwise, and we are going to figure out what to do. I have no more wraps left. I have one left, but we will do something. We'll figure out what to do with the other half of the chicken. And there was enough chicken. It was 4 chicken breasts cut in half, and it was enough chicken. And so yeah, that's for dinner tonight. The other half of the chicken breast, but we have to figure out. Maybe just barbecue it, and, you know, and we're doing more pasta. But I don't have cucumber. We ate that. We took care of that yesterday, and I'm not going back to no frills. So, but I do have carrots, so I'm going to shred a couple of carrots, and we'll put that in the pasta salad. Because this pasta salad, you can put broccoli in it. You can put cauliflower, you know, whatever. You can put any vegetable you want or all the vegetables that you want and it would still be really good. Yeah. But anyways, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to say goodnight. I know, because I was talking about the Duggars. Oh my gosh, and speaking of the Duggars, one more thing. Their little, you know, institute there put out a statement pretty much saying that the documentary was lies and untruthful. And I was like, no, it was not. These victims were coming forth to tell their stories. They have a voice now because they left your cult and they are speaking out against you. And the head, Bill Gothard, or I think so, Gothard, he stepped down in 2014. So I'm not sure who's in charge of it. Hopefully not Jim Bob. But yeah, he stepped down. But all the stuff that was swept underneath the rug, and if you were a woman, and if like they would say, oh, if like a guy was turned on by something about you, it was your fault, not the guy's fault. Never the guy's fault. You'll notice that the guys are never at fault. No, they get away with stuff they shouldn't. But yeah, it was your fault. They victim blame, and it's just awful, and it needs to be put to a stop. Like, it needs to be shut down. Like, I don't care how big they are. Shut them down. You know, let's go. We ride at dawn. You know. Yeah, because it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah. Your hair was a certain way, or you know. Yeah. I don't know. It's awful. But yeah, they came up with a statement, which was poppycock. It was poppycock. Yeah. Anyways. I'm going to enjoy this. In the middle of washing the big plush, so I'm going to finish that up. Maybe full laundry, maybe. Huge question mark on that. But thanks for hanging out with me today for Duggar Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to, you know, say what was on my mind and just give my 2 cents because it's just, yeah, it's mind-boggling and scary, you know. It's just, yeah, it's awful. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next fun video. Take care, be blessed, and if this is close to an hour long, sorry, not sorry. Just watch a little bit at a time if you have to. Okay, alright, take care, be blessed, I'll see you next fun video. Ta-ta for now, bye.